Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports.
This will be a return from deep in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. They run for the first time with Javonte Williams. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at 2nd down.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. To throw in his lock. He'll fire one downfield for Fant. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Picked off by James Bradbury. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line.
They may have thrown the interception, obviously less than ideal, but I think they also sent a message that they're going to push the ball downfield in this one.
Yeah, not afraid to take their shots right away, huh? What was that, like a 9-9-9 route? 9 meaning go? Just went ahead and went for it. Didn't work out so well because it certainly appeared the defense was prepared. But I'm with you. Okay, so it didn't work this time. Doesn't mean we won't try it again later.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 18 yards there, and it'll be a 1st and goal.
Well, I can certainly tell my age, partner, because when I was a kid, running backs like J.K. Dobbins with over 2,000 yards in their final season in college, they went early in the draft. Instead, he somehow lasted until the 2nd round. But how great is it to get a guy with that ability who can run it inside, run to the perimeter, and catch the football in the backfield? To be able to get him in the 2nd round, that's what I call a steal.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Now it's Jackson. They set up the screen for Dobbins. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score. You give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
3rd and goal, Jackson. He'll buy some time right to the end zone, but it's incomplete. So they opted to pass for it on 3rd and goal. Let's see what they do on 4th and goal.
Well, I think they threw it with the idea that if they didn't get it, they would go for it on 4th and goal. So they've got another play in their pocket. They're going to have to call it right now. No field goal here.
No hesitation about this decision here. Confidently, they're going to go for this. 4th and goal from the 3. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens have taken the early lead. This defense, so many things to worry about in the red zone area, but you'd have to almost think that Lamar Jackson running the football, that might be number 1.
It should be number 1, and in this portion of the field where things shrink a little bit because the receivers can't run past anyone because they'll run out of real estate, you should have all eyes on Lamar Jackson when the ball is snapped and try and keep him back in the pocket.
Yeah, I don't think that they were surprised he was running it there. They just couldn't stop him, and he ends up in the end zone. K.J. Hamler returning it. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
Here's 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Locke.
That's complete to Williams out of the backfield. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Well, you know, this club, there were some reports earlier in the week, and most have heard this by now, the so-called unnamed sources that were saying all is not rosy in that locker room. There's whispers that 1 or 2 guys, CD, have kind of had enough of how things are going and have been going. How would you handle that as a coach?
Well, you and I both know all the coaches that we've dealt with and come in contact with. They'd love to get their hands on those unnamed sources, wouldn't they? But they know that that's not possible, so I think they've got to go in there and make sure that this isn't a distraction. They also know that once the grumbling starts, it becomes a slippery slope, and it's hard to stop the fall. But I think you need to sit some guys down and say, hey, look, we're still hoping to be a playoff team this year. We need you guys to be bought in with what we're doing. Come on, let's get on board.
Locke's throw there, complete to Hamler.
And he'll have it past midfield, almost to the 40 before being taken down. A good pickup there, 21 yards. So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. They look to throw. It's Locke.
He'll go up top here for Hamler.
And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Similar to a shooter in basketball, just connected on the previous shot. They run another set for him on the next play. Now, we had a guy who made the catch. They tried to get the big one downfield, but came up empty.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Locke going to throw. He's going to let it go again.
And, oh, it's incomplete. Oh, that would have been 6 points, but somehow he couldn't rein it in.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Again, they'll throw with Locke.
And that nearly intercepted. Boy, for a guy known for his hands defensively, that's a ball he probably thinks he should have come up with. But instead, it's 4th down.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. It'll be called just a 22-yard punt. Certainly not what he wanted. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they'll be looking to make this a 2-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their first drive, Charles. Hey, they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it, I wonder if they visualized it. I remember playing, and they used to turn the lights out in our meeting room and run through a situation like this and say, just think about what it would be like to be up on the road and take the crowd out of it. Maybe they did some of that.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Right back to Dobbins on first. Dobbins hit and he fumbles. It's picked up by the Broncos.
And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. Not the trend he wanted to start the season with a fumble lost in both weeks 1 and 2. Now, it's not a disaster, but certainly not what he was looking for.
Got to get that fixed because otherwise he shows up on every scouting report. I remember sitting in defensive rooms and hearing the scouting report from my coaches, and if someone had a particular problem carrying the ball and holding on to it, that was noted. Hey, make sure you get a little extra attention to him. Get after the football. He's dropped it the last couple of games.
And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38.
Well, I think the hope is, with a touch pass like that, maybe you catch the defense off guard, but they were all over that one.
And it is the kind of play that works better against certain defenses, and this clearly was the wrong one to run into. Really nice job getting him down behind the line of scrimmage.
13 yards remaining on 2nd down.
Watch the team. Watch the team. Watch the team. Hey, pick your game up.
From the gun, it's Locke.
No escape for Locke, and he'll go down.
Justin Houston able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here, picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
So 3rd and long now for Locke and the Broncos following the sack.
Shotgun snap to Locke.
Oh, he'll air this one deep for Judy. And that incomplete, nearly intercepted. And remember, he had his hands on one earlier, had one pick. It could have been his second, but instead it's 4th down.
Here's Sam Martin now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. Pulled in at the 24.
So holding there on the return, and that'll back him up to start the next drive.
Yeah, that's a pretty easy call right there, partner. I think when the officials look in their manual and see the expression jersey getting pulled, that's a flag coming out every time.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 16.
He'll start with a handoff to Dobbins.
And he'll lose yardage on this one back to the 13. Bradley Chubb came in and got him.
This defense for the Broncos, they really played well a week ago in that win over the Jets.
And the way they did it was by getting after the quarterback. Sacked him 7 times in that game. Came from all angles, created a lot of illusions, and especially just beat them man for man. That's the kind of defense that really frustrates an opponent.
They go play action now. Jackson sliding out of the pocket. And he's got his receiver. That's Sammy Watkins. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out.
That is definitely what we call on defense an uh-oh play. And what you mean by that is against Lamar Jackson, when you see him out of the pocket, your first thought is, uh-oh, he's going to try and run it. How do I get to him and get him on the ground? And guess what? That didn't happen, and his receivers took advantage.
6-0 our score after 1. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Here's Jackson. Dancing to his left. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, Just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
2nd and 10.
Here's Jackson. Steps away to his left. And he'll just get rid of it. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Again, Jackson.
He'll swing this out to Dobbins.
And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. The Raven passing game getting in sync. Another first down.
And I have to think that the Ravens are going to continue to find ways to get J.K. Dobbins the ball, and even more in the passing game this year. Just 18 catches as a rookie a year ago. Would not be surprised to see that number at least double in 2021.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. So it goes as a completed pass, but they lose a full 5 yards. So back at the midfield stripe now. They'll come up 2nd and long. From midfield now, here's Jackson.
He'll dump this off, complete to Dobbins.
And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. From the gun, Jackson. And he's got his tight end. That's Andrews.
And he will have a Ravens first down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards.
Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. And Jackson throwing once more.
He'll find Dobbins out of the backfield.
7 yards there on the first down screen play.
Good call there on first down. And, Brandon, I'm getting better over the years and not screaming out, screen, screen, screen with my defensive training. They want to keep those pass rushers honest, and they did so there, and they wind up picking up positive yardage.
Working with a 2nd and 3.
Here's Jackson to throw. And that one finds the ground, breaking a string of 5 straight completions. And it brings up 2nd down. No, third down.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. So 2 of 2 on 3rd down conversions on this drive, and now they face a 3rd and 3 here. To throw again is Jackson. Eluding the pressure right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
They'll try and throw for it with Jackson.
He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he will have the first down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. Von Miller doing what he does best with a sack.
Well, competition comes up in so many different ways. And right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. How about 5 sacks last week? We just saw their first one of this game.
After the sack on 1st down, Jackson, they'll roll him out right. And that throw behind his man, he missed him, incomplete.
You definitely won't like to hit on that one because now you've got a 3rd and long showing up, and you just know defense is going to be getting after it. They are pinning their ears back, and they are coming.
The Ravens on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and forever. From the gun, it's Jackson. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
Tucker's kick is good. And that will make our score 9-0. So a nice kick there as they are able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away. He was solid on the field goal, but not as solid on the kickoff there. And that'll put him at the 40-yard line to start this drive. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. To throw it is Locke. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Now Locke going to run a little touch pass here to his wideout. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
Now Locke. Open man is Pettis. It's complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now a play fake, and here's Locke. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. LaMarcus Joyner with a pick.
Okay, partner. No surprise to you. I'm going to look at this from the defensive perspective. In the rain, you have to be more cautious trying to cover passing routes. Why? The offense knows where they're going with the football. The receiver knows the route he's going to run. You have to make sure you keep your footing underneath you.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And last time they were able to churn some clock. They got the field goal, added on to their lead. But that was a drive that was so long, it should have ended in a touchdown. You know that's how they felt.
And we'll both be headed to the airport after the game. But we probably should go to the post-game press conference because someone's going to ask the head coach about this drive. And he's going to profess that he was happy to get points. And we know that's not true.
Yeah.
Okay, after this type of a drive, not getting a touchdown, a huge disappointment.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Jackson from the shotgun. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Off the play fake to Dobbins. Here's Jackson rolling to his right. And this is going to be hauled in by the tight end Andrews. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. That's a first down and then some, a 32-yard pickup. Well, Charles, looked like that had to be a mix-up there defensively.
You always question that type of confusion. They actually lost him in the middle of the field, gave him all sorts of room to run, and he took big-time advantage of it. That's an error you just can't make on the defensive side of the ball.
Flush to his right. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2. Jackson now. Buying time to his left. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first. Now it's Jackson. They set up the screen for Dobbins. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. They go play action with Jackson. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll get this down inside the 5 to the 4 before he's out of bounds.
Obviously, a big play was needed, and you can see his eyes light up as he realized there's absolutely no one in front of him. And he takes off and goes a long way. Not only does he pick up a first down, but a big gain to boot.
Jackson. That is caught. It's Bateman for a Raven touchdown. Rashad Bateman with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Ravens would extend their lead here just before halftime. So the Ravens will keep the offense on the field as they're going to go for 2. Jackson here, he's going to look to throw. Flushed out right. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Hamler now to return it. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
At their own 18-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And they'll take over with just 16 ticks remaining before intermission. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. 2nd and 6. No, scratch that. 2nd and 7. They'll keep it on the ground again here. Runs over him. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Ravens out in front. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report.
Both these teams getting a chance to dry out, maybe change their cleats if need be, but halftime's just about over. Time to get back to it. And for the call of the second half, here's Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see 1 or 2 guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
At the 31-yard line.
Jackson on the give to Dobbins. A solid stiff arm. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 47 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times.
First down, Ravens.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 47. Now Dobbins. He takes it down to the 42, a 5-yard run. Working with 2nd and 5 now. Now a handoff for Dobbins. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30.
When they put the ball in J.K. Dobbins' chest and he carries it, he runs with a lot of determination and aggressiveness. Just 1 start last year as a rookie, but still managed 805 yards and 9 touchdowns. I think he's ready for a big year 2 leap. Now the lead runner for the Baltimore Ravens.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And he struggles to get a yard here, maybe a yard, down to the 31.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. And now Jackson will look to throw it. He'll buy some time right. 1st down and more for Jackson. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Forced out to his left. And he'll be forced out of bounds shy of the line of scrimmage, so that'll be credited as a sack. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
So when the defense complains about having to do pursuit drills in the heat of training camp, plug in this play. Excellent pursuit. Force the quarterback out of the pocket. He ends up trying to run for it. Instead, he goes out of bounds and loses yardage. That goes down as a sack for the defense.
Throwing again on second down. Jackson. He's got it. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down. They'll come out in the pistol. Now Jackson. Being chased out left. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Lamar Jackson, his third touchdown of the game, number 16 on the season. And the Ravens take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. This time, the extra point up and good. And the lead opens up now to 22 points.
Broncos nothing. Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. A break there for this offense as they will get a chance to start at the 40-yard line.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Lock and the Broncos going to come up first and 10 at the 40. They'll run out of the gun here. Williams. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with second and a yard.
36.
Lock going to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I'm getting the sense that this offense is getting frustrated. Here we are into the third quarter, and they've had plenty of opportunities to get in sync. Thus far, that hasn't happened. They're looking for answers both on the sidelines and in the huddle looking at each other.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. They give him 7 yards on the play, and they do pick up the conversion on third down. This quick pass complete to Sutton. Not much there, only a yard.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Right, fellas, right. Let's go. Hey, Mike's 15. Mike's 15. Silver. 15's the Mike.
On second and 9. Lock. That is caught. It's Dante Pettis. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. First and 10. Throwing now is Locke. And now this one may draw a penalty. He just blindly threw that one to the sideline. And, yep, indeed, the flag is out. They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. Here's Locke. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
What we've seen so far in this game, they are not going to allow a big shot over the top. You can have whatever you want underneath. They'll give you that, but they're not going to let you beat them deep.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Locke to throw. This will be caught. Judy. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
With the score where it is, this was probably going to be 4-down territory if they didn't convert there. But what a nice job of working his way open, making sure he secured the catch, and setting up 1st and goal.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Leads to 2nd and goal at the Ravens' 10-yard line. That's the end of the 3rd quarter with the score Ravens 22.
They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on 2nd and goal.
Hey, alert 48. Alert. Hey, we don't like the 48 right now. Let's go. Come on. 48. Mike.
They look to throw. It's Locke. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
This defense has not surrendered a touchdown yet. You better believe they're determined not to here on 3rd and goal. Locke now to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
Well, he was a spectator for much of this game. This is his first field goal opportunity of the entire contest, but he's able to connect.
Yeah, he had a pretty good seat to this one, didn't he? But let's face it, all kickers that you and I know, they want to contribute. They want their opportunity, and he seized his.
After splitting the uprights, McManus to kick it away. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They're in control here as they start 1st and 10 and appearing to have righted the ship following that 2-game losing streak. Always got some breathing room. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 95 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
I know he was trying to get the completion downfield, but the way this game has gone, with a few of the runs he's made along the way, he should have kept the ball and taken it with his feet downfield. That's the big play that shreds the defense. Instead, he thought to himself, I'm a quarterback, I've got to throw it. He bailed out the defense with that incompletion.
Eluding the pressure right. And looking for Andrews, but this is intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And they will take over at the 26-yard line.
I think that interception happened for two reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. After the turnover, here's Locke. That's caught left side by Judy. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. That one goes for 24 yards. From midfield, here's Locke. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived. And I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
And that'll set them back 5. And now after the delay of game, they're operating behind the sticks, 2nd and 15. Looking to throw. Locke. That's going to be caught by Judy. It's a gain of 7, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. So that was a very nice play, Charles, from a very speedy cornerback.
Yeah, this defense as a whole has really been flying to the football all game long. They have not allowed too much of anything, and here's another example. A great play there to get in and disrupt it before it could get going.
From the gun on 3rd down, Locke. He'll rifle this one deep right side. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. Well, instead of 4th down after the incompletion, it'll be 1st down, roughing the passer.
Coaches love their defenses to be aggressive, but they want them to be smart as well. Have to leave the quarterback alone at a certain point.
Maybe a critical mistake at this juncture is now they've got a 1st and 10. Following the penalty, it's Williams. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 47 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
And a run like that shouldn't surprise anyone who's ever seen Javonte Williams play. Compact, strong, physical runner. He ran for 1,000 yards at North Carolina last year. In fact, it was over 1,100 and 19 touchdowns in addition. And that's despite sharing the backfield with another 1,000-yard rusher, Michael Carter, who was taken in the 4th round by the Jets. Najee Harris and Travis Etienne were taking over him, but many thought that Javonte Williams might be the best back in the draft. They've given up a few 1st downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. from the gun. It's a run for Williams. And a short gain here down to the 22. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
The Broncos on 3rd down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. Now Locke. Flush to his right. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. A good decision in the end to pull it and run. Gets him 9 yards and a first.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a first down.
And here he'll get it down to the 7. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll bring up a 2nd down.
Right, let's go. Hey, Mike's 15, Mike's 15.
Out of the pistol, here's Williams. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Javonte Williams, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Broncos are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter. On here, Brandon McManus for the point after. And oh, he clanks it off the right upright. And it's no good. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And don't look now, but they've got a little bit of a battle on their hands again. Back to a 2-score game. The interception that led to a touchdown. You'd have to think they're a little more careful here if they do indeed try to throw the football.
Yeah, and I was a little surprised by the last throw. You know, that type of throw in this type of a game, I'm going to be very careful about it. Maybe the only throw you make is maybe a toss to your halfback or something like that. Otherwise, take care of the thing and finish this bad boy off.
From midfield now, here's Jackson. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but if they make them out of bounds, that does you no good.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Here's Jackson. Escaping the pressure right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. And now defensively they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. The Ravens on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This will be 3rd and a mile. From the gun, Jackson. Going deep here for Watkins. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops.
Excellent anticipation again by Justin Simmons. Read the play the entire way. Career high 5 interceptions in 2020. A first-time Pro Bowler. I doubt it'll be his last.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. The interception was a great starting point, but now they need points pretty quickly, down 2 scores. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. It's Chuck Clark picking it off. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. As a quarterback, Charles, you have to imagine that he knew that heat was coming there on that snap, but this time the pressure forces him into an interception.
Absolutely he knew, and maybe that's a spot in other parts of the game. He's going to think about just throwing that one away, but down late in the fourth quarter, he has no choice, no luxury. He's got to try and make a play, and even with that pressure around him, he tried to complete it downfield to no avail.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. Flushed out right. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. And despite the late lead, Jackson to throw. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
It's always tough trying to keep your guy upright when he's trying to throw the football. And when you're dealing with those big, bad guys on the defensive front, it's even tougher. And this time, those guys on the opposite side won the battle, getting to the quarterback and knocking him into an incompletion.
On 3rd and 1, Jackson. He'll swing this out to Dobbins. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 10 yards there, good enough for a Raven first down.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
Throwing now, Jackson on first down. Dancing to his left. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. It's picked up by the Broncos. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line.
Well, that's one of those mistakes. That's a fumble that when they get to the sidelines, I know you're mad, Coach, but look, we've still got this locked down. But that's not necessarily true, is it?
You know, their hopes are slim, but you just hate to give them any hope. You could have sealed it right there.
Yeah, could have finished them off and taken away all hope, as we like to say.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Now Locke. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely 4-down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the first down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right here, right now.
Here's Locke. And that is incomplete.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a first down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Now Locke, got to have this one. Finding Sutton, and he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down.
Kill, kill, kill. Kill.
Locke. Looking to complete it to Pettis, and he's got him. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time, and a first down.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Right, let's go. Hey, Mike's 15, Mike's 15. Go, go, go. 15's the mic. 15's the mic. I got 15. Back to pass.
Locke to throw. Got a man open. It's Sutton. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this fourth quarter. They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. Again, they'll throw with Locke. He'll go up top here for Hamler. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep, try and throw some air under it, and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
Play number 7 coming on this drive. It's 3rd and inches. Locke working out of the gun. Oh, he'll air this one deep for Judy. Back in the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs, able to knock that one away on 3rd down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected 4th down here.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out.
Hey, Mike's 15, Mike's 15.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. He's got his tight end fed. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Well, they deemed it 4-down territory, and they got 4 yards to pick up the first. Here's Locke. Open man Hamler, that's complete. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. They should have got more out of that, though. He was wide open.
I love how emphatic you are with that call because that's exactly what I was thinking. Wide open in the flat. Give him a ball that he can use to get upfield with, not just catch and go over the sideline. They cost themselves some yardage there.
Locke's throw there, complete to Hamler. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining.
And K.J. Hamler really started to come on strong late in his rookie year. 2nd-round pick out of Penn State in 2020. Shifty, excellent speed, and good hands that he exhibited right there.
One final try for Locke. Eluding the pressure right. Now Locke, he lost the football. It's out. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And that will write a finish to this ball game. So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory. And you've got to say, CD, it was the defense who had a big part in the W.
Oh, without question. When you force 4 turnovers, you get to enjoy the spoils of victory, don't you? It's rare that you force 4 turnovers and lose a ball game. That's almost unheard of. They carried this one home. He took